With spots and colors decorating this fish, it's often identified as a rainbow trout, which would be accurate, but it's also accurately identified as a steelhead salmon.
It's the same fish. Very distinct difference in flavor as they grow. In about 1989, scientists discovered that they had historically misplaced the rainbow trout into the trout family.
This fish is actually a Pacific salmon and native to our BC waters. They're unique in that they live up to 8 years and can spawn multiple times. They live in fresh water for the first 1 to 3 years, and farming them on land is gaining in popularity.
It's interesting, the rainbow trout and steelhead are grown almost every country in the world. They're native to our environment here in British Columbia, and we literally have no industry growing them. So we felt an obligation to say British Columbia needs to be leaders.
Steve Atkinson of Taste of BC Aquafarm in Nanaimo has been leading the way for aquaculture in BC, growing and harvesting little Cedar Falls steelhead salmon for market.
We're amongst the very first in the world to grow salmon, their full life cycle, on land in fresh water. We're the first ones to actually get fish out there on a regular basis. We bring in 15,000 20-gram fish every 8 weeks. It takes us about 1 year to grow that fish to market. No steroids, no hormones, no antibiotics used.
Caring for the fish is a hands-on experience. No machines are used for feeding or moving the fish from tank to tank.
What that means is these fish don't have a lot of stress. They're handled in a really gentle way, and that makes a difference to the quality of the product we have in the end. It's fairly difficult on Vancouver Island to sell farmed salmon. To sell grown on land salmon is a little different. As people become aware of our story, be aware that there's really no reason not to buy it.
Concerns regarding farmed salmon often relate to the impact on our wild environment. Steve prides himself on doing things differently.
Part of our goal is to make our system 100% sustainable, contained on site, and with no impact off site. We draw no water from off site, and we discharge no water off site. So we rely on groundwater, and we grow 100 tons of fish using about 40 gallons of water a minute.
A typical flow-through farm would use about 700 gallons a minute, but Steve's innovative ideas and collaboration with experts have allowed for significant water savings with new technology.
The technology we are using is generally called RAS, or recirculating aquaculture systems. And we're at the point now we're at the almost the highest. We think ultimately we could get to 100% RAS, but we're 99.6% recirculated water.
The water is circulated through a filtration process before it can be used to grow fish again. The waste is removed and will be sold as fertilizer. The system is designed to use gravity to minimize the electricity consumption, and the 0.4% of water that can't be recirculated doesn't go to waste.
We bring that water from the farm over to the greenhouse, and we recirculate it through this aquaponics system, and we're just in the process of developing it. We grow vegetables, we add nothing to them, we don't have to add anything. There's no soil, they're strictly in the water. And as you can see, we've got some pretty amazing vegetables that grow from that. And that's simply harvesting the nutrient from the waste of the farm.
When he first began his research, others in the industry weren't all that willing to share business secrets. So when Steve built Taste of BC Aquafarm, his goal was to make this a model farm and grow an industry, not just his own business.
We're developing new technology that we believe will revolutionize aquaculture. And I'm at the stage in life where my biggest goal isn't to make money, but to leave a legacy. And so we determined from the very outset that anything that we do and learn here will be available to the public and at open source information. We've hosted people from over 20 countries. They come, they're looking, they're watching. We've had a huge interest from China. We have a vision that we're going to build a freshwater aquaculture industry in British Columbia that will lead the world.
Taste of BC Aquafarm has only been in operation since 2012 and harvests 2 tons of fish each week that reaches the market by the following day on Vancouver Island. For Go, on Shaw TV, I'm Kelly Robinson.